शिलाजीत नहीं खानी है खाली.
Body suppresses that testosterone production.
Why do most men wait for a health scare to take their health seriously? Today's guest is a former lawyer turned fitness coach Arpit Kushwaha, who's built a reputation for calling out the BS in the health industry. And today he's here to talk specifically about men's health. Why are men so obsessed with chest and bicep days that they forget to train legs or do the spine work? Why do you think that is?
I think answer is very evident. I mean, even if you talk about me, if you ask me, Arpit, let's get clicked, let's get a picture, what I'm going to do? The only pose that I know how to strike is I'll just flex my biceps, right? That's what people do, right? And this happens when you're going to the gym. People usually compliment you on your chest, on your arms, because these muscles are visible, right? Nobody is going to say that, oh, you have a very strong spine, you have very strong legs. And that's not, I mean, I would say problem apparently, but when you dig deeper, you will understand you need a strong foundation, right? Because if you see, let's say if you have a truck and truck ke niche car ke tire laga diye, it won't look good.
Yeah.
That's about the visual part that you see, but it's not just that. If you have a strong spine, if you have strong legs, they are going to support the entire structure of your body.
True.
And if you have weak glutes, you will have your back pain, you will have other issues as well.
Injury, more prone to
Exactly.
well.
So you need to have a strong posterior chain. You have to make sure you are training both your upper body and lower body in an equal proportion.
So men, you need to hear that you need to structure your workouts in a better way and not just focus on chest and arms, and optimally train your legs and do the spine work as well.
Absolutely. There has to be a structure where you're focusing on each and every muscles and not just the upper part.
Yeah. What's one thing men should stop doing in the gym right now?
This will sound really funny, but like whoever is watching this video, I want you to let you know that you need to stop waging war against yourself, because you see men going to the gym and they are putting captions like, okay, I'm fighting the monsters, I'm fighting the demons. The reason you're going to the gym is because you want to get strong, you want to feel how a healthy body feels, right? And the purpose of going to the gym or exercising is celebrating what your body is capable of, not fighting some invisible monster that doesn't exist. So if you have like something going on your head, you would not be able to calm down just with exercise. So you need to see somebody who knows how to help you with those issues. But the purpose of going to the gym is to get strong, get healthy, and to be able to do things without having any sort of pain or injuries. So I think that's the only thing that I would like to convey, that if you're a man, if you're going to the gym, stop waging war against yourself or the monsters.
Leave the aggression at home.
Yes. So gym is not a place where you are trying to fight your thoughts. Of course, exercise is going to help you calm down, but it is not going to help you get rid of those mental issues that you have, mental health issues that you have. So that's one thing. Second is, of course, stop doing ego lifting.
Yeah,
So
very important.
and ego lifting is not just about going to the gym and starting with a weight that you're not familiar with, that your body is not used to of. This happens with so many men I see. So whenever somebody comes to me, it's not the first time that they are exercising. There are chances that they would have been into some sort of sports, or they would have been into exercising earlier. And what happens when they go back to the gym, they feel that, okay, mentally they are there, right? I used to lift this 40 kgs dumbbell, 30 kgs dumbbell, and they directly go and lift the same weight that they used to lift earlier. You need to understand, you used to lift that weight, that was fine, completely fine, because that time your body was used to of that stimulus. Right now you do not have that strength, so you will have to start from scratch. Even if it is not from scratch, but your strength has gone down, right? So you will have to get familiar with the weight that you are capable of lifting now.
Yeah.
So do not go with the past version of yourself in your head and you start lifting the gym, because ego is not just about ego lifting is not just trying new weight. Ego lifting can also be trying to lift the old weights that you used to lift, and just to feel good about yourself.
Yeah, that's a valid point. Yeah. Also, I think mindless lifting बहुत देखी है मैंने gym में, like especially men, like they are chatting, discussing the bro science, and like like mentally they are not there with the weights. It's either showing off that we can lift heavy or making those grunting sounds, which is okay, but even I want to put that you need to be more invested mentally what you're doing, and that's how injuries happen.
Definitely. So, see, I mean, when you're going to the gym, the only purpose is to train. The purpose is to get strong over the period. But if you're mentally distracted, or if you are just focusing on how much you're able to lift, I mean, so people focus on just quantity, the weight that they're going to lift, but how you're lifting that particular weight is also important. The quality of your repetitions. This happens also. So when you're a beginner, this happens, like you will see that your strength is increasing drastically. Now your muscles are going to adapt very fast, but your soft tissues are not going to adapt that fast, right? So that time you have to ensure that your tempo is in control. You are lifting the weight with quality reps, okay? And if that's there, definitely the longevity is going to be there. But if you're ignoring it, you'll get hurt. You will ultimately ruin your progress, right? You would not be able to continue it for very long. And I see the major setbacks when it comes to exercising, especially in gym, it comes from injuries. If you are staying injury free, your gains would be bigger in longer run.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually food for thought.
Yeah.
What's something male influencers never post on media but should, according to you? What's that?
That's a good question, I would say. So if you ask me, I would say influencers should post more about their struggles, their challenges, because when somebody who is aspiring to get fit, or somebody who is aspiring to become a bodybuilder, or be it anything, whatever goals you have, you look up to some influencer and then you see that they have a very perfect life. They have they eat good, they go to the gym, they have a good physique, and everything is so dreamy. Everything is so dreamy, right? But when it comes to real life, if let's say if you're a working man, you would have your family, you would have your kids, you would have your deadlines, pressure, deployment, so many other things, right? And when these things happen, you lose your sleep. You're not able to sleep properly. You are stressed. You do not have enough time to eat. And when you talk about your struggles, as in like, okay, I was having a bad day today or rough day today, I did not have enough motivation to go to the gym, but somehow I dragged myself to the gym. How did you do it? If you have that thing on the camera, if you are documenting it, definitely it is going to help people who are, going through the same journey, right? And then they also feel that, okay, that person is also human. Now when I'm watching some influencer, I feel, oh wow, okay, he does it. He's always motivated. The fact is, nobody is always motivated. You're going to have your rough day. So if you start talking about it, definitely it is going to help people in masses.
Yeah, so influencers need to post more of their failures and struggles rather than just showing that everything is, yay, gym day, let's work out, let's have pre-workout.
Definitely. And I mean, very, very common thing. For example, let's say in India, we are very privileged, right? We have house helps and we have family supporting us. But when you're staying abroad, and this happens with me, like the people, the client that were staying abroad, both married men, unmarried men, they have this problem, right? They do not have any kind of support that time. And that time when you have to cook your own meals and you have work and you have everything, that day if somebody is documenting the same process, that okay, this happened with me and this is what I did. Now that person knows, this person knows that I don't have to be perfect to be consistent. To be consistent, I just have to do whatever I'm able to do at this particular moment. So definitely it's going to help.
Yeah, definitely. And also adding to what he just said, that like I asked you that what they should be posting more, I would like to add what influencers shouldn't be posting. And one thing is, as per me, is what I eat in a day.
Yeah, definitely this happens, right? This is a very good insight, I would say. So and it used to happen with me also when I started.
I wouldn't lie, मैंने भी डाला
yes. So when I started lifting 10 years ago, I used to watch this portal bodybuilding.com, and I would see those bodybuilders eating chicken rice, eggs, everything, and not just like these things, other things also. Now I do not have a context. I know if you want to build a body like this, you have to eat like this. In what quantity? I do not have context of his biomarkers. My biomarkers would be completely different, right? What if I have any deficiency? What if I have any underlying issues? And this happens, right? Like the people who come to me or the people who would be coming to you, have some or other sort of lifestyle
definitely,
disorder or some other deficiency, and the nutrition has to be customized.
Yeah.
You cannot just like copy paste and start eating those things, because your results are different,
But
your
that's
body
what
is
most
different.
people sadly are doing, because people, influencers, are randomly posting what I eat in a day, and starting a day with, let's say, item A. But that item A might not be great for someone who has thyroid, let's say, or maybe, like I'm talking about women, or some other medical condition, or maybe they're diabetic, but they will blindly copy you because they look up to you.
Definitely. Or let's say if you want to post what you eat in a day, why don't you put a disclaimer that okay, this is something that I have,
Yeah,
but
but you
it
shouldn't.
would be
Yeah.
different for you.
Yeah.
So you figure out what is going to work for
Work
you.
for you.
Okay, if you want to put the informative content, okay, this is how you can plan your meals, this is what you can do. For me, this works. For you, it could be something else. Do that
Responsible
thing.
journaling is
Yes,
basically
yes,
very
yes,
important.
definitely,
Which is,
definitely. And see, people also like watch these reels out of boredom and for entertainment, visually appealing meal. अब ठीक है, मतलब it works, right? It works. It gives you reach.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you have a disclaimer, it is going to help people more. I feel that.
No, that is absolutely true, I think. And overall, I think the entire fitness industry, and especially in India, fitness has a easy gate entry. Anybody who loses 5 kgs is a fitness
Yes,
influencer,
yes,
and
yes.
then they'll say, oh, I did this. No matter if what they've done is absolutely wrong scientifically, but they'll put it out loud there. This is what I did, this is how I lost weight, this is working for me. So people think it worked for her, this will for us also.
Arey, definitely. I've seen so many channels, so many handles posting random workouts that if you want to lose arm fat, do this. If you want to
God,
lose
don't
jaw
even get
fat, if
me
you want to
started.
have a
Face yoga.
chisel jaw, do this, do that. No, it doesn't work that way, right? And there is no barrier. There are no regulations that you need to have this at least to be a coach, be a consultant, right? So,
and sadly, these are the kind of videos which garner the maximum views and comments, 8 million, 10 million, because everybody is looking for a quick fix.
that's how algorithm works,
Yeah,
first of all, because it works on your attention. And we all are looking for dopamine, we all are looking for shortcuts.
Yeah.
See, it's not just like about people in general. If somebody comes to me, not now, let's say 3 years back, 4 years back, if somebody comes to me and say, hey, look, I'm going to help you scale your business within 2 months, 3 months,
You want to
I
give a
would have
shot,
like gone and taken that mentorship. But if you ask me now I know that it's a marathon.
Yeah.
Same goes for your health, same goes for everything. So the longest way, I would say, is the shortest way. So the shortcut that you're looking for is going to cost you a lot more time than what you're going to do usually.
And also, why don't we understand, had it been so easy to just eat something or drink something to just burn fat, why isn't everybody doing that, and why isn't everybody fit? Right? Clearly, it does not work.
Yeah, so there are no superfoods, right? Like, okay, have this particular food to lose more fat, have this particular drink to lose XYZ kg.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. But for
Detox
that,
waters.
exactly. So these waters, these shakes, and for a reason it's called meal replacement shake. For how long you're going to replace your meals, you need to have a solid meal.
Yeah.
You need to have a structure that you can follow all the time, right? So so let's say whenever somebody gets on these replacement shakes, what happens? They will do it religiously for 2-3 months till the time they are motivated, right? But once the motivation goes down, or maybe let's say whatever goals they wanted to achieve, they have achieved those goals. They go back to their old lifestyle, right? And the moment you go back to your old lifestyle, you're going to get unfit. You're going to put on the weight. The reason you're going to put on the weight is because that lifestyle only made you unfit, right?
Correct.
So you need not to be looking for some shortcut, some quick fix. You need to have a lifestyle that is aligned with a fit person's lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
And once you have that thing dialed in, there's nothing that can make you unfit, right? So instead of looking for shortcuts, start looking for things that will help you not just achieve those goals.
Basically,
Yes,
people
but
need to understand before starting anything that sustainable or not sustainable. वो
Exactly.
कोई factor in नहीं
Yes,
करता है.
yes,
They
yes,
just
yes,
start.
yes.
जैसे अभी I have start कर दी. कब तक 12 से 8 के बीच में खाओगे? Socializing नहीं करोगे. You will not go out for parties,
Absolutely.
for meetings, early morning meetings, early morning work, whatever. So sustainability factor they forget to clock in.
Absolutely. So previously you were asking me, right? Like people post their meals on Instagram and people blindly starts following it. Let's say if somebody says that I do IF for fat loss, what if I have some digestion issues, I have acidity, I cannot fast, but I start watching those videos, I see those videos, I see that okay, this is working for this influencer, this person, and I start doing that thing. would it not be more harmful to me?
Harmful, yeah.
So things need to have a context,
Yeah.
and as a consumer of the content, you should also be aware about what you're
Mindful,
consuming.
yeah. No, just don't start,
Yeah, following blindly.
everything and
Absolutely.
kuch bhi karke, yeah. So that's important, I think. So one is that we should post more of our struggles. I mean, make it more realistic. And
Yes.
second, I added in that what not should be done is posting what I eat in a day, and yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And add more disclaimers and context to the
Be more
things, whatever you're
responsible.
posting. Yes.
Yeah. What's your take on men who say they are natural but clearly aren't?
This is a very sensitive topic, but definitely I would like to address it.
Yeah.
And I've seen this thing not just like in my coaching career, but also when I started lifting, and whenever I go to gym, and especially like I would say in my city, or let's say tier 2, tier 3 cities, there is very less awareness about these things. And when youngsters come across these kind of things, they see a physique, right? So yeah, they see a physique, and when they see a physique, that okay, yeah, and the guy who has that kind of physique or that kind of body, they don't claim to be enhanced. They claim themselves to be natural. Now this puts pressure on those kids. Now these kids are very gullible, and if they come to and they go to somebody, and somebody says that okay, you take this,
Yeah.
and you do this, you'll also have body like this in 6 months, 1 year, or whatever, right? Now these kids are going to take it, and I've seen this thing happening, like people popping pills like
Yeah.
these are chewing gums, and they don't even know the
These
consequences.
trainers are only handing it out in the
Exactly,
gyms very
exactly,
casually
exactly,
without any
exactly.
proper knowledge.
And the consequences, they don't tell you about the consequences
Yeah.
of these things, and these things are going to mess up your hormones,
Yeah.
and that is going to be with you for lifelong. You have to bear it if you're not doing it under some guidance. So people who are enhanced, I would say, you need not to claim natural. If you are enhanced lifter or a bodybuilder, you just like tell
Put it out
whoever
there.
you are. It is your choice, right? Your personal decision, whatever you want to be, your goals, your competitions. But claiming yourself to be natural sets a very wrong example for the youngsters and the people who are aspiring to have a good body.
And maybe you've chosen to take steroids,
Yes.
you've done proper research,
Yes.
and you are okay to bear the repercussions or not, but
Yes.
maybe the person you are suggesting to, or a younger chap you are suggesting to, might not be aware,
Yes.
or might not be, might not want to have those side effects,
So-
or not.
So when you're young, when you're in college, right, you want to look good,
Yeah.
you want that attention.
Yeah.
And these kids do not know what is natural, what is not natural. Or maybe let's say, even if you tell them that okay, if you even if it is not natural, it is an enhanced thing, they would be easily sold to the idea, because that is going to make them look more attractive,
yeah.
right? So first of all, if you are not natural, do not claim yourself to be natural, because that sets very unrealistic targets and goals to the people who are aspiring to that have that kind of physique. Second, if you are enhanced person, and if you want if you are like telling somebody that okay, this is what I take, give them a context, give them a answer that this will also have some sort of side effects for you,
effects, yeah.
right? And what are the side effects? Because the damage is going to be irreversible sometime.
Yeah, absolutely, that makes sense. Having said that, what is one silent crisis regarding male fitness that you think men are really struggling with?
Interesting question, and the answer to this question is their lifestyle. The crisis is their lifestyle, because the modern man, he doesn't have a routine.
Yeah.
He wakes up to his deadlines, to work, to laptop.
Yeah.
He gets up just before he has to log in, and immediately, like once he wakes up, he either like starts getting ready to the office and goes to the office after like 1 or 2 hours of drive in traffic. Or if he's working from home, he'll just open the laptop and he'll start his
logging.
day with
Yeah.
a coffee.
Yeah.
And after 2-3 hours of working, instead of having a breakfast, they'll opt for coffee again.
Caffeine
Right?
survival.
So they are mostly relying on stimulants. Now you have work, you have family, you have stress related to finances. Now everything is piling up.
Yeah.
And there is no solution, right? Because you're not aware as to how to handle it. And for the same reason, you see a sudden drop in your energy and your mood, and all these things are results of your chronic stress that you're building over the period, right? And that is the reason you see these ads where like people are selling you testosterone booster, Shilajit, and all these things, right? So men deep down, they know that they have to have healthy level of testosterone, and for that they do not know how to go about it, and that's why they are relying on these products.
Yeah.
That's why these products are selling. So instead of having a plan that works for them, they are just like moving like a headless chicken. So the crisis
There's
is a
no
lifestyle.
natural vent because of how tight the daily routines are. There's no natural vent to bust your stress, or there's no, and especially with this work from home culture,
Yeah.
there's no line, because पहले office से घर आ जाते थे तो the work stays at office, and then you are at home with your family. Now there's constant emailing, constant text, WhatsApping. That line has vanished.
And if you dig deeper now, you'll see like how does usual man's life look. Childhood, you have so many friends, you hang out, you go to play cricket, you play some sort of sport, then you transition, you go to college, and college you're studying, but at the same time you're active because you're playing some sort of sport. But then you get placed, you start a job, you start a family, and slowly you start cutting off your friends. It's not because you want
Too
to,
much
but
pressure suddenly.
there are so many things that are going on. Now men have only one thing, their family, and the second thing is their work. Now there is no reason to go out to do something, to be active, right? So that is also adding up to the stress that they have, because there is no mechanism, there is nobody to talk to first. There is no lifestyle, and of course you do not have a circle that supports a healthy lifestyle where you're taking care of your food, you're taking care of your movements, everything. So the crisis is of course not just the lifestyle, but the also environment that you're living in.
Yeah, that's true, and then that's very interesting that we get to talk about this, and that's the reason I wanted you here to speak about male fitness specifically. Why? Because we keep hearing everything for women, the hormones up and down, and the PCOS thing, the thyroid, and so much that only encompasses women fitness.
Yes.
And that's the sole reason I wanted him here, that these are very, less spoken topics.
Absolutely.
I mean, male fitness and mental health is equally as important as it is for females, and it's sad that we don't talk much about it, and that's very important that like a lot of things are just for women.
True. True.
Even if you see for these classes and all, they'll make sure that the class is at 11 a.m. for the female, so that the men have gone to the work and females are free. How many classes do you see for men at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. There are in maybe tier 1 cities, but it's not very approachable to everyone,
true.
to a layman.
True. And if you look at average men's life, what they do, they they wind up their work, they go to home, they have the dinner, they watch TV, or they
or
like
they
to
resort
spend.
to alcohol, bit of like alcohol just to bust
Yes.
stress.
So either you have a buddy, or you have beer, or you have beer and buddies both.
True. That is true. Yeah. So that's very important to put it out there. What would be your closing statement for this?
As a man, you should be taking care of the lifestyle. You should also be taking care of the environment around you. And if you feel that you're in an environment where the environment doesn't support your fitness, your well-being, you need to start reaching out to new groups. Maybe there are now, like if you're in tier 1, tier 2 city, there are apps, there are communities. But if you do not find any community, like-minded people, you go to these places, you find clubs, you find gym, and there you'll get like-minded people. You'll feel that you are also belonging to somewhere, some place, right? There are online communities as well, and if you do not find it anywhere, you go for some coach, some mentor, because at every moment of your life you are going to have a mentor. For even career, right, we have mentors, so why not for your well-being?
True. That absolutely makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Why do men refuse to track calories, but they'll weigh their protein to the very gram, and they're not really bothered about other macros like fats and carbs? Why is that?
I think answer to this question is very obvious. We already spoke about it, right? Muscles, biceps, chest, and when you're talking about being fit, going to the gym, the only thing that you as a man here is protein. You need protein to build muscles. We are not concerned about our biomarkers, our health, and if you dig deeper, you will understand that you need to have good biomarkers for good health, right? But the concept of fitness is being promoted in a way where it is just focusing on going to the gym, building muscles. That's it. So I think answer is very simple. That of course it is just about muscles, but as a man you should not be just focusing on muscles, because when some health issues occur, they don't see your biceps, right? These issues see how your heart is, how your liver is, how your kidneys are. So instead of just focusing on protein, start taking care of all the other macros and the micronutrients.
Because fats and carbs, they are macronutrients as well, so
Absolutely.
that needs to be taken care of. Because
Absolutely.
I've seen in the name of protein, oh, I take 10 eggs a day, but
Yes.
you're failing to understand that just that 10 eggs are giving you 5 grams of protein each, so that's 50 grams of fat right there and then.
Yes.
Let alone the other things you are consuming throughout the day.
Yes, yes, yes. So you're not just consuming protein, but you're also adding up extra fat.
Extra fat, yeah. So the baseline that men really need to take care of the fat percentage they're taking, the carbs they are taking, and not just be fixated on protein.
Yeah.
Why do these men always skip the soft work, stretching, the breath work, walking, and they just focus, come, lift, leave, that's it?
Okay, so honestly, I did not know that you're going to attack me after calling me to your
Personal ho gaya.
podcast. Yeah, this is very personal, and
You
I'm
also do
also guilty of this thing because, of course, you don't get instant gratification for this thing, right? So stretching, it's not like you don't feel manly. It is just you don't see the instant results. But over the period, the problem is you will start developing stiffness. This happens with me, right? So if I'm training and if I'm not doing the cool down thing or the post workout stretches, I'm going to get stiff. And the kind of lifestyle that people have, they have to sit for 8 hours,
Yeah.
10 hours, right? And for that, you need mobility, you need to stretch your back, your glutes, your everything, right? So not just like weight training, but you have to focus on the other aspects of your fitness
soft
also.
work.
Yes.
And that's true. Even I have male clients, and if you talk to them that about like how many steps do you walk a day, they say no, but I go to the gym. I said going to the gym is great, but you have to take care of your activity. You have to keep your activity levels up. So they are very fixated on just lifting, which is not right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they need to make fitness more wholesome, I feel. Just men are usually just focused on lifting, that's it. So what would you close this with?
So even I was guilty of doing this thing. I thought that okay, I'm going to the gym, I'm active, but the purpose of going for a walk is not just like burning some calories. You are taking out some time. It is therapeutic. It is also a very
Clears
good
your head,
exercise
yeah.
where you not exert yourself way too much. So I mean, as much as lifting weight is important for you, strength training is important to you, but being active is also important, and not just like walk. If you, I mean, everything, right? You play some sport, you do the stretchings, you go for walks. Take out time for all these things also, because when you're when you're trying to approach fitness, it has to be holistic, not
Yeah.
just like be a gym person.
Yeah. So bottom line, men, please take a note of this, that you're doing weights, that's great, but focus on the breath work, on stretching, your pre and post workout warm ups, and make sure that you're counting in the steps as well. How does chronic stress actually impact motivation recovery in men?
It affects a lot, and I'm so surprised that people don't talk about it, because when you're stressed, your cortisol level goes high, right? Higher than usual. Now people think that cortisol is your enemy, it is a bad hormone. No, it is just indicating your body that it is a fight or flight situation, right? And when you're stressed, when you're like worried about fighting, your focus is on survival, not on reproducing, right? So that's why your body suppresses that testosterone production. If you talk
interesting.
about testosterone, I'll go technical,
Yeah.
slightly technical here. So you have hypothalamus. Hypothalamus releases this thing, GnRH, and then GnRH releases, it gives a signal to your pituitary gland to release LH and FSH, the less talked about, the less talked hormone about men. LH is responsible for your testosterone production, FSH is responsible for your sperm production. Okay. Now, when this LH goes to your this thing, Leydig cells, the testosterone produces, right? Now, every time you feel that your cortisol is high chronically, the GnRH production is going to be low, and your testosterone is also going to get affected. So, if you are stressed, if you are not managing your stress over the period, it is going to have direct impact on your testosterone. Testosterone is also responsible for your mood, your energy level, everything, right? So not just muscles, but your mood, your bone, everything. So, I mean, yes, practicing mindfulness and taking care of your mental health
It's
is
very
as
important.
important as taking care
And
of your
most men
physical health,
fail
because
to-
it has to be a integrated approach where you're taking care of both the things.
Yeah. That's, I think, again, very important, and most men don't relate the two realms of fitness.
Yes, because
usually.
they think that okay, these two things are separate. No,
Yeah.
one thing is complementary to other,
Yeah.
right? So you have to take care of your mental illness so that you can stay physically fit, and you have to be physically fit so that you don't have aches and pain and your body hurts and you're like stressed all the time.
Yeah, vice versa, basically.
Absolutely.
Very important question. How does alcohol affect fat loss or muscle recovery in men?
So I think it's a paradox, right? Like you work throughout the week, Monday to Friday, and on Friday night you feel that okay, I want to relieve the stress and let's have some drinks, beers with buddies, and we'll release the stress. But that's how it doesn't work, because every time you are consuming alcohol, you are putting a pause on your fat loss, and at the same time it is also affecting your strength, your testosterone production. So every time you drink alcohol, your body doesn't have mechanism to metabolize alcohol, right? So it stops the fat burning process.
Yeah, correct.
Now over the period, so if you think that okay, no, I'm managing my calories and as long as I'm in deficit I'm going to lose fat, definitely you're going to lose fat, but the rate of fat loss is not going to be same. Okay. And I mean, just drinking for 2-3 days can affect your weeks of progress. Okay, so first of all, that's how it is affecting your fat loss thing. And at the same time, we spoke about the testosterone production, right? So the testosterone is being produced by your Leydig cells, and consumption of alcohol is going to affect your Leydig cells health, right? So that's how it is also affecting your strength. And every time you drink for 24 to 48 hours, you are suppressing the testosterone production, right? Now you will go and buy those supplements, the useless supplements that are there in market, that okay, yeah, this will help you produce more testosterone. But the thing that is in your hand, like controlling how frequently you're drinking, is more beneficial than like worrying about these shortcuts. So I mean, I would not say like if you're somebody who, of course. So पीने वालों को कोई नहीं रोक सकता है, and I'm not saying कि नहीं okay ठीक है कल से completely बंद कर दो, but जितना कम frequency आप रखोगे उतना अच्छा है आपके लिए. Completely your call.
Why do most men wait for a health scare to take their health seriously?
Very I would say important topic. And see, I feel that men after 30, I mean, they have this sense that okay, they are the savior, they are the one who have to take care of everyone, their kids, their family, their parents, and every time they are in a situation where they are fighting, right? Fighting for the survival, fighting for helping others, the people around you, the people you love. But the thing is, while doing these things, you slowly sideline your own health. You stop taking care of yourself, right? So I would say by the time you get the alarms that okay, now body is not responding, the damage is already done, right? Because you're not getting your blood test frequently, right? You're not getting tested. You do not know your lipids, you do not know your kidney health, heart health, everything. So
also I think बहुत एक basic human nature भी है कि जब तक धक्का नहीं लगेगा, जब तक you will not be scared for your health till the time the doctor is not writing on the prescription, this needs to be done, you have to lose weight, तब तक nobody is taking it seriously.
Absolutely. So see, people around you, it's not like whenever somebody gets unfit, they do not know that they need to get fit, they need to lose weight. But the thing is, until unless it comes from doctor that okay, listen, I'm going to write the medication. So people who have high cholesterol, doctor write them statins, right? They write statins. But at the same time, they also tell that you have to take care of your lifestyle. Or let's say if you have type 2 diabetes, doctor tells you that you have to manage your sugar, and that's the only time they think that okay, now things have reached to a place where I have to start taking care of my health. So I mean, that's it. By the time you realize that I need to start taking care of it, it is already very late.
Very late, and we need to stop doing that. Let's just not wait for a health scare to happen for you to take your fitness seriously.
Yes, and if you are responsible, responsibility is not just towards other; it is also towards yourself. So that if you're fit enough, you're able to take care of the people around you.
And this happened in my family. A very young guy I know in my family had a heart attack and all, and luckily he came out of it. And suddenly after that, there's a 180-degree change in the lifestyle. The walks are happening, the food, they're very picky about, oh no, gravies, this, that. And उससे पहले, I also used to tell them the same thing कि यार walk किया करो, थोड़ा gym जाओ, time नहीं है, ये नहीं होता हमसे, ये सब नहीं होता हमसे. And now suddenly, it took a heart attack for them to start all this.
So yeah, I heard this thing somewhere, and the question was, why do people change, and how do people change? And the answer to this question was, when people are not able to bear the pain anymore, they change. Right? So you need to have, I think, people are waiting for that pain to happen, but by the time that pain happens,
थोड़ी suffering की आदत है लोगों को.
हाँ, exactly. तो थोड़ा सा आदमी नम हो जाता है ना कि रोज का है, हाँ चल रहा है. लेकिन जब तक एकदम से बड़ा बम नहीं फटता है ना, तब तक नहीं पता चलता है कि यार there is something very seriously wrong about it.
And our bodies are very smart. They adapt to things and even pains very quickly because you'll get used to it. ये तो होता है. Like I've seen women also, घुटने में दर्द होगा, घुटने का, ये होता है.
Knee pain, back pain, it has been normalized. Like okay, it's fine.
It's not fine.
Yeah.
It's not fine. I'm almost 40, touch wood, and because I take care of my health, I don't usually get those aches and pains which I usually hear around me from the women of same age. And I don't know your age, but I'm sure he's fit enough as well. But yeah. So high time we need to stop waiting for a health scare to happen.
Yeah, exactly. You need to stop waiting for the alarm.
Alarm, yeah. What's the bare minimum a man needs to do to stay healthy and fit?
I think bare minimum would be at least ensuring that you are having at least 2 to 3 weight training sessions where you are taking care of your muscles, and at the same time you are also ensuring that you are active and you are taking care of your heart health. So at least 1 or 2 cardio sessions. And taking care of your meals and micronutrients, because this happens with men because they are just relying on whatever is available for them to eat. So you need to start tracking your food, not I would say like take pen, paper and calculator and know everything, but at least majority of the meals should be tracked, and if you're not getting the nutrients, the minerals and the vitamins that you're supposed to get, start supplementing them. That's the bare minimum you should be doing as a man.
Yeah, so the takeaway is strength training 3 to 4 days a week. That's minimum. Everybody can manage that, right?
And I forgot the stretching part because I always miss it.
You are also learning and leaving from this podcast. Yeah, so strength training 3 to 4 days a week, and stay active. Include cardio sesh in your regime, and food. Take at least basic care of the food and be aware of the basic nutrition
and the mobility.
What's the main reason why men are not able to lose the belly fat even after dieting and hitting the gym?
That's because the concept of dieting is flawed for them, right? It's not just specifically restricted to the men, but Indians in general. Like, I eat homemade food.
I eat healthy.
I get it. Yeah, okay, you eat homemade food. It is healthy. But do you know how much oil are you like putting in that curry or the homemade
cream and
exactly. So there are so many things that are being untracked, right? For example, so I had a client and he used to tell me that okay, I have followed the plan, and when I started asking him, okay, what oil did you have? You start sharing your meal pictures with me. He started sharing the amount of nuts he was consuming. Now the concept for him was nuts are healthy, right? But if you're having these many nuts, you're adding like 500, 600 calories, extra calories, right?
Yeah,
handful of nut for somebody, handful of nut could be like 3-4 nuts. For somebody, it could be like this much, right? So the concept of dieting is flawed. You need to understand that eating homemade food is not healthy. Eating homemade food, but also tracking it, I would add tracking part because it matters a lot, is healthy. Second is, of course, you need to track everything, every tea, every snack that you're consuming. Yes.
Basically, we need to stop that.
And of course, the alcohol, the biggest culprit, we have spoken about it. So you have to manage your stress and you have to make sure that the frequency of alcohol consumption is as less as possible.
Yeah, I have people coming to my gym more regularly than probably I am with the gym, and they've been coming like since like 10 years, but I haven't seen their body changes. They still have a pot belly or they still look unfit, but they are there in the gym every day and probably spending 2 or maybe more hours there. But एक तो quality workout नहीं होता है, you know, they are here and there and on the cardio machines more than the weightlifting or in the Zumba rooms here and there. And then of course I could make out कि भैया diet नहीं होती है.
But when I see such people now, I feel both happy and bad about it. Reason being, happy, they are consistent, they are
true.
putting efforts every day, irrespective of the results,
yeah, but
right? Like
sad
they are
thing is
getting
that
it, they are not getting it, they are like being there. But the problem is they lack the awareness. They don't have somebody to tell them, okay, this is something wrong that you need to fix it. So yeah, of course, as long as I mean, as much as the training is important, the food is also important, and the idea of healthy has to change, just so that like your efforts don't go waste.
Yeah, so stop saying कि मैं तो बहुत जिम करता हूँ but मेरा पेट ही नहीं जाता है, या there's something wrong with your nutrition, you are not in a calorie deficit, that's why you are not losing that pot belly.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's one habit that's silently destroying testosterone in men and they think that's harmless?
I would tell you three. That's stress, lack of sleep, and alcohol. Because the kind of world we live in, it is the hustle culture is romanticized, and considering this culture, people are not sleeping enough. And I have seen people.
Late सोना is cool.
Yeah. I have seen people like posting, okay, I am into the gym even after like 3 hours of sleep. Dude, you need to sleep. You need rest. Your body needs rest. And like access to having social media, of course, keeps you awake until 2, 3 a.m. in the night. Then you have Netflix and everything,
and
right?
Also, people don't understand that's oxidative stress as well.
Right. So you're not sleeping. Your sleep is increasing your hunger.
Yeah,
of
cortisol
course.
level बढ़ा,
Exactly. So your cravings are increasing, your hunger is increasing, and stress, of course, it is like affecting your testosterone directly, indirectly,
and then your mood
yeah,
is
and
affected.
of course, and of course, we spoke about the alcohol, right? Like how it is messing up the testosterone production, and it is stopping or putting a pause on your fat loss. So as long as you're not managing these three things, definitely you would not be having the kind of healthy body that you want.
How does modern desk job affects metabolism, strength, and posture in men?
I think answer to this question is also very obvious. You see people around you, you see men, so they are commuting 2 hours, 3 hours every day, right?
Yeah.
And while you're driving, you know your posture, right? So you're continuously like slouched. Same goes when you're sitting on a desk. Your neck is going to hurt, your cervical is going to hurt over the period, right? And this happens like it is very common considering the use of phone, the use of laptop. People complain about neck pain. You go to any physiotherapist and you talk to them, you will see that these things are very common. Neck pain, cervical pain, these low back pain, even low back pain is.
And a doctor recently asked me कि ये बताओ last time neck ऐसे कब करा था?
Yes.
ऐसे तो रहता ही है.
Yes.
And that was really food. मतलब मैं तो stretching करती हूँ, I do my neck rotations and all, तो मैं बड़ा confidently I told him. But if you don't, then you tell me when was the last time you tilted your neck back? आगे तो सारा दिन रहता है.
So you see these pains, right? You have neck pain, you have low back pain. That is there. You are building up the stress. Your chronic stress is there, so that is also affecting, of course, your hormones, your metabolism. You're not moving, you're spending 10 hours in front of your screen, you are traveling for 2 hours, 12 hours are gone, right? When will you get time to move around? So this modern lifestyle, the one that we are living right now, is definitely hazardous. And if we don't fix it now, it is going to be a very dangerous situation for everyone.
And that's where lifting weight comes into the picture, because with age you are losing muscle mass. Every year you are losing muscle mass. So weightlifting fixes a lot of problem at the root level.
So it helps you gain strength and retain it. Even if you're like not gaining muscles or strength, at least you'd be able to retain whatever you have.
So please take note, that's very important, and start incorporating this in your routine. What's one thing every man should be tracking weekly outside of weight or calories?
I would say not just one, but there are many. Your sleep, your stress, and your activity level. Because if you're not sleeping properly, you're affecting your recovery, right? You'd be having higher appetite than what you eat usually, or you'd be having more cravings. So not just like and not just how many hours are you sleeping, but the quality of sleep.
If you are not waking up, if you can just tell,
you can get variables, or you can just see like, okay, how am I sleeping? How do I feel when I get up? Do I feel fresh, or do I feel like sleeping more? How is it? Do I feel cranky? Okay, that's one parameter. Second is, of course, your stress. Start rating your stress on a scale of 1 to 10, and if you feel that it is consistently at higher side, that means you need to manage it actively. You talk to somebody, some mental health professional who can help you, or maybe somebody who helps you with mindfulness or any other
So
practices that can
journaling
calm you
probably
down.
might help.
Definitely,
Just
definitely.
giving it time and thought that okay, because no, I don't think so many people do this. Like
Yeah.
to sit and contemplate ki okay how my week was, how my
So
stress
people
levels
don't
were.
reflect, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you like think about yesterday, what happened yesterday, you don't know, right? You that's, okay, yeah, I went to the
ठीक
office,
था,
I had this, I had
regular
that
day.
thing. Yeah, but if you like sit down and you reflect, okay, this is what happened without any judgment. That throughout the day I spent my day like this. You have a record of it, right? So you would be more mindful about things. So of course, sleep, stress, and your activity level, as in like how much you're walking, how much you're moving, if you are like playing some sort of sport.
Which men don't really do, and I've said it before, men, you need to start tracking your steps as well.
Yes, we do. We do need.
You too.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like.
Stretching नहीं करते हो बस जिम से पहले, हाँ?
Guilty.
So please take a note of these things and please stay mindful. What's the best way for men over 35 to build strength and muscles without getting injured?
I think you have pre-decided that you are going to attack me again and again, but of course, you need to take care of the mobility part. You have to do the stretching that you're avoiding. And not just this, you have to also ensure that you're having all the micronutrients that you're supposed to have, because I see people don't.
शिलाजी इतनी खानी है खाली.
हाँ, of course, vitamin D है,
Omega
calcium
3,
है,
yeah,
इन
omega
सारी
3 is
चीज़ों का
very
ध्यान
important,
देना है. Yes, omega 3 helps you lower down your inflammation if you have.
Yeah.
Okay, so of course you need these things. Not just this, you have to also ensure that you're not doing the ego lifting. एक ही दिन में हल्क नहीं बनना है. You have to take your own time to get strong. So I mean, not rushing too much, taking care of your nutrients, doing the mobility part. All these things need to be taken care of if you want to build strength without getting injured.
That certainly helps, and that's very valuable. Men should take note of. So thank you, Arpit. This was a very important topic I really wanted to address, because as I said earlier, male fitness is something that is not talked about a lot, and that was solely the reason I wanted you here to focus on men's health. So ladies, please share this with all the important men in your life, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel Fit and Fab with Swati. Thank you for joining me, Arpit.